everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Truest Crime. This case in particular is pretty short and there's not a lot of information, and there's no information on who had done this to her. There's really nothing to go off of, so it's just going to be me talking about the case and then later on my thoughts and opinions on this case. So let's get right into the case. So sit down, grab a snack, and let's take a deep dive into the truest crime. This case is about a 17-year-old girl named Tammy Tarrell. She was from Roswell, New Mexico, and she was born September 28th, 1980. And this case is sad. And the fact that she wasn't identified till years after her case, it does make me sad. Because I would never want anybody to be left unidentified and not be able to get any justice because nobody was there to identify the person. It's just that's really sad. And I'm sorry that she had to go out that way. And it was really sad. On October 2nd of 1980, Tammy's body would be discovered. She would be discovered with blunt force trauma to the back of the head, and she would also be seen with multiple stab wounds in her back and her head, and it would be ruled a homicide. Unfortunately, she would remain unidentified for about 40 plus years. That was up until December 2nd of 2021. There is no information on the person who had done this to Tammy. Even still, it remains a cold case. The only thing that has happened within the case is that she has been identified by her family, and it still just continues to remain unsolved, as there have been no leads to who might have done this. And because it's a 40-plus-year-old case, there are more than likely no leads that could lead to this case ultimately being solved. This is something that occurs a lot within the criminal justice system. When a case goes on for more than a year, and it continues to remain unsolved and there are no new leads, then unfortunately they have to close the case unless there is new evidence that comes forward to prove otherwise. Now, some of the theories that people have was that Tammy may have been sex trafficked, or went through some sort of human trafficking because of the way that she was found, and because she was also found with no clothes on. So there was a big theory about her having been human trafficked / sex trafficked, which unfortunately even back then was very prevalent. And especially now, you have to be very careful, especially as a woman. When you go out places by yourself, you always have to be alert, because things like that do happen. And some of the ways that someone may try to traffic you is by hiding under your car and or placing a tracker on your car, or just things that you might not see. And especially with the recent influx of Apple AirTags that have ended up on people's back bumpers and in their car, or, whatever it might be, that leads to dangerous outcomes such as human trafficking. Because there is no evidence that she was trafficked in any way, there was no real way to rule that out. So again, it is just a theory that people had started to suspect. But there is a very good chance that she may have been, as I stated, because of the way that she was found. But I believe that may have happened to her, because it's something that reoccurs so often in society. And there are people in that market where they will buy a person. So it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility for it having happened. The only thing that I can guess is that she tried to maybe escape or something, and because she was found to have been SA'd, that also points to the sign of human trafficking or sex trafficking. So it's really just one of those things that you kind of have to take with a grain of salt. I don't have a lot of thoughts on this case, nor do I have any real opinions about this case. The only thing that I look at is from a criminal justice student perspective, and I look at what was given to us in terms of information. And like I said, because of all of the things that were found on Tammy when she was discovered, it does point to a lot of different scenarios that may have happened. But again, I'm not a professional, so I cannot, say for sure that that's what happened, but there's a good possibility. But another thing is that from the perspective of somebody who wants to be in the legal system and wants to be a part of being able to give justice to these people that have had these bad things happen to them, I see a lot of things on social media talking about being human trafficked and, given a definition of what that is and all that kind of stuff. And like I mentioned before, the Apple AirTags that have been used to stalk people, track people, it happens a lot. And the thing I said about people hiding under your car is that it does happen, and when that happens, they are usually holding something where they will try to slice the back of your ankle to incapacitate you, to obviously do something not very good. So I do want you guys to be aware of your surroundings. It's important that you are, because you don't want things like that to happen, and you don't want to be unaware of the situation. And that is where I will leave the video for today. I am sorry that I could not give you guys more information on this case. I do wish that it was a little bit longer and that I could have really dived deep into this case, but there was not a lot for me to go off of, so I'm just restating the information that I was able to gather over the last few days. But I do really appreciate you guys watching this video, and I want to be able to make more videos like this for you guys in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And something new, please ring the bell if you guys want to see more videos from me, as it will also tell YouTube to put me in your featured videos. So, with that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the next episode of The Truest Crime.